Good evening. It's Debbie from Living and Loving Beach to Bay with another terrific installment regarding what I love about living here in coastal Delaware. As I've often said, I live here, I work here, I play here, I thrive here. And tonight I really want to talk about just a day in the life in coastal Delaware. So you know what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to subscribe. I'm going to ask you to hit the bell. I'm going to ask you to send me a text, pick up the phone and call me. Better yet, schedule a Zoom call if you want to learn more about what life is like in coastal Delaware. What is a day like in coastal Delaware? Well, obviously, every day starts with a morning sunrise, and you can start that sunrise walk, jog, bike, etc. You can hit Rehoboth Beach. You can hit Bethany Beach. Both those wonderful coastal towns have boardwalks. And of course, there's all the other towns in between. There's Lewis, there's Dewey, there's Fenwick, and of course, all the inland towns. If you start your day with coffee like I do, I can't think of a better place to enjoy a cup of coffee, whether it's inside one of the quaint cafes, whether it's the Point in Rehoboth or Beach Break in Bethany Beach or Drifting Grounds in Ocean View and everything in between. There's such an amazing array of great ways to start your day. So you've walked or run the boardwalk, you've had that cup of coffee. How about sunrise yoga? Yoga is often a beach activity in the warmer months, but you can't believe the unbelievable yoga studios and fitness curated places to really just start your morning. And while we've got some snow on the ground, so of course you know that I'm speaking to you in the colder months of January, but water activities will be all around us before we know. And to really complement those water activities, whether it's bayside, whether it's oceanside, but how about the myriad of farmers markets that go on in coastal Delaware? They go on Wednesday mornings, they go on Tuesday mornings, they go on Saturday mornings, they go on Thursday mornings. And of course, those farmers markets, which yes, are typically from Memorial Day to Labor Day, but all of those farmers markets are really sourced from local farms, farm stands, etc. Agriculture is a huge piece of coastal Delaware. But guess what? Many of those farmers markets have indoor shopping opportunities. So if you can't visit a farmer's market, you can certainly go visit all of those local farm and eateries up and down the coastal Delaware. So since I'm in the mood to talk about eating, let's talk about lunch. So we've gotten through our morning day and we've moved on to lunch, whether it's Fish On, whether it's Matt's Fish Camp, whether it's Big Fish, whether it's Thompson Island Brewing and Dogfish, and again, a myriad of other eateries up and down the East Coast. So, I mention it from time to time. I live here, I play here, I work here, I thrive here. And I hope you're going to consider doing the same. Remember my call to action. I would love to chat with you one-on-one, whether it's an email, whether it's a text, whether it's just subscribing to my channel so you get more of my content. Remember, it's Debbie, and I absolutely am living and loving the Beach to Bay lifestyle. So while we often talk about all of the unbelievable activities that we can do in the warmer months, and I've loved to chat about the fact that even in the almost bitter cold that we're experiencing right now, really can get outside and enjoy life in coastal Delaware. So whether it's walking one of the quaint towns, whether it's taking now that you did your morning stroll on the boardwalk, how about an afternoon or early evening stroll? Because if you enjoyed the sunrises, there's nothing like the sunsets. So I'm hoping that you're considering whether it's historic Lewis, whether it's the vibrant activity in Dewey, whether it's a slightly quieter, more family environment in Dewey, and then the very, very nature-filled environment in Fenwick. But we've got you covered from the morning hours to the midday hours, and now we've taken you to the afternoon hours. So you know what's coming next. It's probably, what are you going to do for dinner? What are you going to do for your later in the day activities? So something that, I'm absolutely prone to, especially since my first career was in retailing, but I love to really visit and enjoy all of the shopping. So whether it's, you start in Lewis and you've got those quaint, boutiques and a lot of smaller shops, and then you step onto Route 1 and you head towards Rehoboth. Why not take advantage of the outlets, the Tangra outlets, which are obviously a nationwide entity. But here in Rehoboth Beach, there are 3 separate little clusters of outlets. And when I say clusters, they are growing as we speak. As a matter of fact, Pottery Barn is opening a new location in the Rehoboth outlets. Barnes & Noble opened a bookstore recently, and there is lots of reasons to shop in these outlets. So they start kind of north in Route 1, almost near Lewis, and then as you head towards Rehoboth, you will see outlets on either side of Route 1. Okay, so you finish the outlets, you finish shopping in historical Lewis. How about again that really active and eclectic town that we call Rehoboth Beach? So it goes well beyond just t-shirts and decals and the occasional hermit crab. I certainly had several of those when I was raising my children, but there's lots of reasons to shop in Rehoboth. And then as you meander into Dewey, you're going to find another myriad of boutiques and wonderful shopping. Let's continue down Route 1, cross that Indian River Bridge, and head on into Bethany Beach. And there again are just fabulous, whether it's home furnishings, whether it's decor, whether it's apparel, whether it's souvenirs, whether it's just, tees and hoodies that are emblazoned with Bethany Beach. So, we've run the gamut. Now we're headed farther down Route 1, and we're going to end our shopping in Fenwick, which again has lots of different boutiques and souvenirs, and there's coastal Carolina. There's really some wonderful areas to shop. And if I didn't emphasize this enough, how about the fact that all of that shopping is tax-free, that I just absolutely love when I look at a price tag and it says $18 or $180 and everything in between. I know that when I get to the register, I'm not going to pay any sales tax. And while I certainly know that Ocean City, Maryland has lots of different shopping and boutiques and reasons that you're going to want to visit there, and we're going to step into Ocean City, Maryland in other videos. But I should say to you that literally when you cross that state line from Delaware to Maryland, one of the biggest differences is that you're going to be paying sales tax in Maryland. So I do most, if not all of my shopping in Delaware because I think saving the sales tax is kind of nice. So this day in the life of living in coastal Delaware really would be just what's the kind of the cherry on the top. It's dinner and really exploring some of the nightlife. So if you're looking for a date night or looking for a wonderful dinner, there's Blue Coast and there's all of the other, a variety of eateries. But then you can even dine on the water, for example, in Harpoon Hannah's or Catch 54 or Papa Grande's. And I don't think there's anything that really invites more or really is emblematic of what it's like to live in coastal Delaware, but to be dining and be able to look at that sunset, look at the water, look at the reflection. And of course, there's really, a lot to be said for some of the nightlife here in coastal Delaware. And I'd really like to kind of, close the loop and say, if you haven't checked out the Freeman Arts Pavilion, which really does unbelievable live entertainment for a good portion of the year. Obviously, it really ramps up during the mid to early spring season, and then it really gets into full gear, obviously through all of the summer months and right into the fall, etc. But the Freeman Arts Pavilion is live entertainment and has an unbelievably new lineup every year, and it just gets better and better and better. So, day in the life of living in coastal Delaware is everything and then some. So whether it's the magnificent sunrises and all that can be done between sun up and sundown, and then you know what? You get to close your eyes and get up and do it all over again. So call to action, please check me out. Check out my YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. Reach out to me. Send me an email. Send me a text. And you know that I hope that I'm going to see you out there, whether we're running, whether we're biking, whether we're just sitting on the beach and looking at those sunrises and sunsets. I live here. I play here. I absolutely am thriving here. Love coastal Delaware and hope that you're enjoying living and loving Beach to Bay.